Hello everyone, welcome to Space Quest 1, the Sarian encounter. Since the game pauses at this screen, I will use this time to introduce the gameplay video. This game will take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to complete. I will probably take longer to complete it, as I'll be just taking my time, playing through this. Once we are in the game here, I'll pause again briefly and go over the controls and the menus with you. So here we go. We are called Roger Wilco, so I am going to call myself Roger. You are startled by the sound of an alarm. It is followed by an urgent voice which warns that the Arcada, has been boarded by the unknown intruders. It ends abruptly. It's Arcada, I believe. Okay, press escape. This brings up a menu: Sierra, File, Action, Special, and Speed. So under Sierra you have About, SQ, Space Quest, and Help. So if you press About, Space Quest was designed and created by Mark Crow and Scott Murphy. Yes, it was. And Help. So this tells you what certain keybinds do. If you press F1 just at any time, it'll bring you to this screen. F2 turns the sound off and on. F3 retypes the last line typed, which is important. Something to remember that you can do. It'll save you some retyping, because there may be some situations where you need to do the same command 3 different times in the same screen. F5 saves your game, F7 restores a saved game, and F9 restarts the game from the beginning. Tab shows the status screen, which is actually your inventory screen. Escape brings up the pop-up menu, and it pauses the game. Pop-up menus being the ones at the top, and it also pauses. Control J and Control R sets up your joystick or toggles RGB monitor modes. So those are your controls. A few other things I wanted to show you here. I've set up Control F to enable filtering that I'm not using, just to show you what it looks like, and I also set up one for aspect ratio to not be set like it should be here, 4:3 with bars on the sides. This is the correct resolution, or the correct aspect ratio. So I've got one that will stretch it wide, so let me show you the difference here. So we'll do the filtering first. This is normal, and this is what the filtering now. Normal with filtering. So you can see how it just muddies and blurs everything. That's why I recommend you not use it. That's not how the game should look. It should look like this, so don't use filtering. And the aspect ratio, this is it, normal, and then this is stretched. Normal, stretched. But you can see on normal, the boxes to the left of Roger with the 3 lines on the bottom left, they're squares, but when you stretch it, they turn into rectangles. So you're not gaining any height in the image, you're gaining width, but you're stretching to get it, and it distorts the picture. So I just wanted to show you the difference. So you can have it double bad, and have it stretched, and have filtering on it. Which makes it look like it's, 360p, you know, recorded from like 20 years ago. So I just wanted to show you that variant. The rest of the menu options here, this is, you can, you know, use the keybinds that they show you in brackets, where you can just press escape, come up here with your arrow keys and press enter on what you want to do. Alt-Z will just quit out of the game. Here's the inventory tab, so if you press tab, we have nothing right now, but when we do, it would list the items that we have. And the other one is C Object F4, which is the one I recommend you use, because when you press that one, you can see how nothing is highlighted, but what that does is it lets you highlight the items in your inventory, and you can press enter on them, and it will show you an actual graphic of the item and give you a description. So I would advise you to not use tab, but use F4 for inventory. Specials, the sound off and on, joystick, escape, pauses, or brings up this menu and pauses. And then speed, that affects the how fast the game runs, like everything, not just your character, but the entire game. You move in this game with the arrow keys, so this is normal movement. This is slow movement. This is fast. And this is fastest. So it's like a power jog going. Mostly going to play on normal, but I might speed it up to fast sometimes, depending on what I'm doing. But it speeds everything up in the game, so just be aware of that. You can see how on slow the alarm light is really slow, but when you put it on fastest, it goes crazy, because the whole game is sped up. All the animations are sped up. The game works on a score system. Right now we're 0 out of 202. You don't have to get 202 to beat the game. And I'm not going for full score, I'm just going for game completion. So we probably won't get the full score anyway. And then you can see that your sound is on. So movement is straight up and down or left or right. If you want to move diagonal, you have to use the home. I think it's the home key, in key. Home makes you move diagonally up, in moves diagonally down. And then you can page up or page down is diagonally right, and then page up is diagonally up right. So that's how you move diagonally. If you press the arrow keys together like left and right, it doesn't work. And if you do have a joystick, I guess you can move diagonally on that. It's probably the best way for movement is to use a joystick, I would imagine. And if you press, like at a standstill, if you press the right arrow key, he just starts walking. You don't have to keep it held down or anything. And if you press it again, then he'll stop. Or if you press the other direction, he'll just start auto-walking the other direction. So the only way to get him to actually stop is to click the direction he's already moving. So if he's going up and you want to stop, you got to press up. And then the way you interact with things is you type. So you type look around. This is one of the many hallways in the Arcada. So that's how you find out things and how you interact with things. Space Quest 1 all the way up to Space Quest 3. 3 did have this feature. You could start using the mouse to click things or click on the screen with the mouse to make your character move. But Space Quest 1 and 2, when I played them back in the day, I didn't have a mouse. I just had DOS on my Tandy, all keyboard, arrow keys and typing everything. So that pretty much covers everything I mostly wanted to say here in the beginning. Pretty simple game. I just wanted to let you know what things do. So we're going to press F9 and we're going to start completely over. So you're startled by the sound of an alarm, followed by an urgent voice which warns that the Arcada, I keep saying Arcada, has been boarded by unknown intruders. It ends abruptly. Okay. So we'll start here. We'll make our normal save. And then I'll make an arcada save for this new area. And we'll start going to the right. See what happens. Okay, you got an elevator. You just go in these and wait a second, and he'll come out automatically at the bottom. Oh, that's not good. So, you don't have to do it in every screen, but and when you do something like this and it pops up a box, it pauses the game. When you're typing, when you are typing, it does not. You can set it to through ScummVM, but I'm using it normal, where it would just let the game keep playing. I also wanted to mention too through ScummVM that I think we set it up this way in the config video, but the game auto saves like every 5 minutes. So when you look at your saves to restore and load from, you'll see an auto save in there, and I think that's replaced every 5 minutes. And you can manually save whenever you want. So it's another hallway aboard the arcada. There's an elevator door nearby. So say look at man. A cursory glance indicates that this is a dead lab technician. Search man. You search for the body, reveals nothing. Okay. Look man. You have to be close enough to stuff that you want to interact with. This appears to be a non-breathing research scientist. Search man. Your search of the body reveals nothing. Okay, let's go inside this blown open door in the wall. This is the Star Generator Development Laboratory. Due to your incredibly low security clearance, you have never been allowed access to this room. Okay. Search man. The reward for searching is nothing. So I'm going to press repeat line, so I don't have to type it again. The reward for your search is nothing. Okay. Great. Look at panels. Don't understand panels. Look at console. Your mind is boggled in attempting to understand the function of the various buttons, switches, lights, and displays. It appears the board is not operating. Let's go check the other one out. Your mind is boggled. Same thing. Look outside. That does not seem to be your site now. I couldn't be any closer to it. Look, console. Console shows only signs of life. The only signs of life. One red light shines from the upper left corner of a glowing monitor. Look at light. One light glows red, indicating that the monitor power is on. Look at monitor. Warning, self-destruct mechanism has been armed. Evacuate this, or evacuate ship immediately. This is not a test. Time till detonation. We got 17 minutes to get up out of here. Make a save. Gonna get blown up. Okay. Guess that little square on his chest, that little hole it looks like on him, that's his like a little badge. He is a janitor. He's just a janitor. Yeah. Let's go in there real quick. Okay, we don't want to go here yet. You think you hear footsteps. When you hear that, you need to like... Let's see if I can show you here. That's a Sarian. Unable to see anyone here, the alien leaves to search elsewhere. So you gotta be chill. Search man. A quick search of the body turns up nothing. Fabulous. Let's head to the next side. Eventually these like rooms loop around to each other. If they don't dead end on one side like that does right there, then you have to go completely back. So this is the way, well, we need to go away. He's going to come in from the left probably. Okay, let's try it again. This can happen whenever. You just have to kind of chill or wait it out. It's totally random. I don't know what the odds are, but when you enter a new screen, that can happen at any time. So we need to come back to the elevator here at the end. It's happening a lot. It's not yet. Come on, game. I'm gonna go up. It's normal that this game doesn't have a lot of sound going on. It's just how it was. Let's go up and left. Okay, that's where we started. We could, let's go in there. Try to be quick. Let him come in here, if he's going to. Look around. Can't see anything here because it's dark. Get in the closet. Okay. Are you gonna come in here, dude? I don't think he's gonna come in here. Afraid to save because I don't know. Let's just go. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. It's actually, and you can type while you're walking. It doesn't affect anything. Look around. This is the Arcada's data archive. Many volumes of information are stored on data cartridges. There is a computer console here. Look, console. Console consists of a screen, keyboard, and cartridge slot. Atop it rests a Model DX cartridge retrieval unit. Okay, let's look at this stuff. Look, screen. Welcome to the Arcada Data Archive Model DX storage and retrieval system. To select a cartridge, enter the title below. Press enter to quit. Title catalog available with top security clearance only. Okay, I don't know what to put in here. Look, keyboard. The keyboard has the usual keys found on a Xenon keyboard. Above it are the words Arcada Data Archive. Look, slot. The slot appears to be about the size of a data cartridge. It is currently vacant. Look, unit. It is a Model DX cartridge retrieval unit. It is used to retrieve cartridges. It is currently empty. Okay. Look, table. The table is used for holding things above the floor. Can we get a sit? Sit chair. You don't have time to be sitting around. So there's a trigger, a progression trigger in this room. I don't know exactly when it will trigger. Let's go over here. He's got his little, power stride walk. Here we go. Search man. You search the body of your crewmate and find a key card. Take key card. You take the key card. Okay, so now we should be able to look at it. There we go. The key card is a flat rectangular piece of synthetic material which is magnetically keyed for passing check stations. Written in tiny letters are the words beak and hinder security systems. Okay. I don't know what that's referencing. Some old business company, or it's a play on words or something. So we got 1 point for that. Let's do normal save. By the way, when you're in these screens, if you press page up and page down on the keyboard, it'll jump like 13 at a time. Instead of having to use the arrow key like to do 1 at a time, use page up and page down, because there's up to 99 save slots, which is cool. So I'm going to do a normal, and then we're going to do a key card. Let's head back. Maybe this will trigger. So there is sounds in this game and some music. It's just minimal because this is an old game. I don't know if just chilling in here for a while triggers it, or if you have to come in and out of here a few times. There it goes. The door opens and a man you recognize as one of the lab scientists enters. He appears to be injured. After only a few steps, he slumps to the floor. That was actually pretty good animation there for the time. Look, man. Large laser hole has been burned in his uniform, through which you can see previously unexposed tissue. Struggling painfully, he raises up one elbow. He tells you the Arcada is under attack and that the star generator is in danger. You had better leave if you value your life. He looks over toward the shelves full of cartridges and utters the words astral body. He then settles to the floor lifeless. What you got on you, man? Your search for the damaged body's pockets nets. Only some heat-fused chunks of varying size, which were probably melted by a pulsary blast. Nothing to waste time on. Okay. Look screen. So here you type astral body. Searching. Title found, retrieving. So this cartridge, you can only get it now. You can only get it here. You have to get this cartridge to beat the game. You can get, I think, to the end of the game, literally, almost, or right about at the end. And because you don't have the cartridge, you can't actually finish it. So this is one of those situations where you get screwed if you don't take this thing. Look, unit. It's currently holding a cartridge. Take cartridge. Done. Alright, let's look at it. Oops. And remember, when you're looking at your inventory and things like that, the game world pauses. So, because we are on a timer right now, so the timer should pause. This is a data storage cartridge. On it are the words Astral Body Formation, the Untold Story. Okay. Got a cartridge. Alright. I guess we'll go this way. Doesn't matter. We got what we need now. So we need to go back to that elevator below us, right? Is it that one below us? I don't remember. I think it is. Maybe not. No, I think this is right. Down and to the right. Oh, Sarian gonna come shoot me. I think it was the next screen over. Yep. Let's go duck in here. There he is. Unable to see anyone here, the alien leaves to search elsewhere. Yeah, get on out of here, buddy. Get lost. this elevator. Okay. Look around. This is a section of one of the lower levels of Arcada. I'm gonna screw it up. Footsteps. There he is. So I'm preemptively typing search man because I see a man that I want to search. So then right when we get up next to him, we can just press enter. Your search of the laser-ridden corpse reveals nothing. So yeah, these early Sierra games, the first, 2, King's Quest, Space Quest, you search the damaged body of your fellow crewman, you get too close a glimpse of the injury, in the pockets you find nothing. So see how the red things aren't spinning anymore, it's because the game's paused. These early Sierra games had limited sound and music. There's definitely way more as the games progress on. Limited file size, back in the day. They did what they could with what they had to work with storage-wise. On 3.5 discs and 5.25 floppies. You are in the central control area of the Arcada. The reactor domes pulsate irregularly as if they had been tampered with. This does not look good. Through the window just above the control console, you can see down into the vehicle bay below. Let's go check that out. Look at vehicle bay. Your limited view shows that there is a large vehicle bay below. Thanks, Roger. Look, panel or console, I think he likes. On the console by the window are 2 buttons marked open bay door and close bay door. Okay, open bay door. That doesn't seem to be the correct action. What? Open bay door. Press open bay door button. There we go. Good job. It's worth a quick save. Search man. Crap, footsteps. You think you search the corpse and turn up nothing. I'm gonna step back because I don't want to get killed. I think you can get killed on this screen. Okay, that resets it. Look, see if he understands this is a panel. The keycard unit is a small sturdy box with a slot. Just above it is a display light, which is not currently on. Use keycard on panel. It's not complete. Use keycard. You slide the keycard into its slot. You hear an audible click. You take the keycard. So we have 10 points. Now we have 12. So that unlocks this door. Did he keep it? Yeah, he kept the keycard. Okay. Look around. This is the flight prep room of the Arcada. Arcada, I think, is the correct way you say it. As you can see, there is a sign on the back wall. As you can see, there is a sign on the back wall, as well as 2 closet doors and 2 buttons. Okay. Warning board, bay doors are open. Okay. I'm going to do this a different way here. I'll do this the wrong way so I can show you a death. There's lots of ways to die in these. These were the, people talk about Souls difficulty, Dark Souls games. I mean, these were the Dark Souls games back then. Look, console. The console is adorned with many status indicators. 1 button on the right is marked airlock. Press airlock. Nice. Okay. Press left button. Roger literally has like no face. I mean, when he looks forward, he does have a mouth and 2 eyes and all that. But on the side, he has like no details. Okay, we're going to press this left button. And we're going to press the right button. Look, closet. Looks like an electronic old gadget of some sort. You see a flight suit hanging in the closet. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a normal save in here. So we open the bay doors already to space. We're going to go out here now with no suit on, because that's what that is. And I'll show you what happens. It's going to be quick. Oops, forgot my suit. That concludes your experiment involving the effects of total vacuum on the human body, Roger. Thank you for playing Space Quest. Too bad you failed miserably and doomed all your people to a horrible death at the hands of the Sarians. If you continue playing as skillfully as this, we'll never have a chance for a sequel. Better luck next time. So then you just have to restart the game, or reload one of your previous saves. It's funny. Okay, take gadget. Okay, took it. Take suit. Alright, he just switches into it and puts his in there. It's funny. Now I got these sweet goggles on. Now I look pretty badass. Let's look at that stuff we just got. We looked at the cartridge. Written on the electronic gadget are the words dialect translator. On one end is a dial and a light, currently dim. Okay, so it's off right now. You can turn it on, but I don't want to yet because it'll affect something later that you'll miss if you've already turned it on. And once you turn it on, you can't turn it off. So we're not going to interact with it yet. Just trust me, man. Trust me. Okay, save. Make another save. Sweet suit. Alright, now we're ready to head out. What do we got now? We got a cartridge, keycard, and a gadget. Gotta have that cartridge. And it keeps the keycard for whatever reason. I don't know. I think in the remake of this, look, panel. I think in the remake of this game by Sierra, I think I've messed with it, or I've just watched a little bit of it. I haven't beaten it, but I may have not even played it. But it has like really increased, better graphics, way better sound. It uses, instead of the PCjr speaker, it uses the Roland MT-32 synthesizer. Has some really cool music. I love that Roland synthesizer. Sounds so awesome. In 90s games. Take a little drink. So, looking at the console, you see a button marked platform. There are also some gauges which don't interest you. Press platform. There's now an escape pod. Nice. Look at pod. This is one of the Arcada's escape pods. You vaguely remember receiving some orientation on these when you joined the crew. So if you look to the left, there's a flap that's open. And if you line Roger up on that yellow line and then walk to the right, you'll be at the point where you can enter. Just like that. Type in, by the way, when you're typing, you don't have to press enter first to type. You can just start typing your pod. Here we go. Call this, I'll just do a quick save. Look around. You're sitting in the pilot seat of the escape pod facing toward the window. There is a dark console before you and seatbelt straps at your side. Confused as to what you should do, you wish you would have paid more attention during crew orientation. Look at screen. Screen is dark. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to close the door. You need to put on your seat belt. Oops. Look panel. The console consists of a screen, pod status indicators, a throttle, and some buttons. The buttons are marked auto nav, power, and don't touch. Look at status. You sure you want to look at that? Yeah. Look at status indicators. I don't understand indicators. Okay. Press power button. Turns everything on, and then I think you just pull throttle. Bam. The escape pod moves slowly out of the vehicle bay and into space. Warp speed. Congratulations, you've narrowly escaped an explosive death. Don't start patting yourself on the back just yet, though. You're now traveling aimlessly through the cosmos. It's not good. Look around. So we need to press the auto nav button. Auto nav. I think you just chill a minute. The monitor flashes, you study it to see what new information is being displayed. Then you just chill again. Planet profile. Planet Corona, atmosphere breathable, life civilization unknown, temperature 40 Celsius, navigation system locked in, so we're going there. The autonav system has locked onto the small planet of Corona, and the pod has begun its approach. Nothing to do now but hang on. Clunk. After a skull-jarring landing, you peer through the shattered viewing port out onto the desert landscape. A feeling of utter desolation settles in. You're in a fine mess now, Roger. Alright, normal save and Corona crash with a K. Like Mortal Kombat. Alright. Look around. Are you sure you want to look at that? Look at pod. You are inside the escape pod. It appears that the more fragile devices were damaged severely by the impact of the landing. The survival kit has broken loose from someplace. So here's an instance where you can't see this, but using the look around and, you know, investigative commands, you can find things you can take, even if you can't see them. So now I can say take kit. Done. Let's look at it. Survival kit. This is your survival kit. It contains a xenon army knife and a can of dehydrated water. So you can do open kit. This is your kit. It formerly contained the knife and water. So now we have, oops. We have a xenon army knife. This is your handy dandy xenon army knife. Okay. Then dehydrated water. This is a cylinder of dehydrated water. At the top of the cylinder is a regulator and a short nozzle on the side. And a short nozzle on the side is a label. Read label. Sorry. It's kind of dark. Can't see what I'm typing. The can label says Pelvitrons, dehydrated water, H2. All you add is air. Makes 10 gallons. Jeez. Directions to use: simply drink from nozzle. Metered amounts will be dispensed. Caution: do not attempt to open or rupture. Misuse could result in personal injury and/or flash flooding, indicating that this is kind of like a grenade if you toss it at something. Okay, look pod. Oops. Survival kit has broken loose from someplace. Let's try to take it again. That has already been done. Okay. So, take off seat belt. open door. The door has been permanently opened by the impact of the landing. Okay. Exit pod. There we go. Okay, another normal save real quick. Look, pod. Pod seems to be semi-destroyed. Glimmering catches your eye. On closer inspection, you see that a piece of highly reflective glass, keyword highly reflective, has broken out of the pod window. So this is something else you can't see, but you need. Take glass. Glass now in possession. Glass. This is a piece of highly reflective view shield, like windshield glass from the escape pod. Due to its special design, there are no sharp edges. So this is a key item. I believe if you don't take this, you can't. Can you go back? I don't know. You might get yourself in a situation where you can't come back and get this if you don't take it now. So if you miss it, you get to the point where you need it. You can't figure out what you do to need to progress. You try to backtrack. You may not be able to get back here to get it, so then you're soft locked and you have to load a save, like the initial save we made. You know, just landing here, Corona crash, or you'd have to start completely over depending on what you were doing. Picked up glass. So this is really important that you get the glass item here. So let's go to the left. Say these screens loop eventually, unless you hit a dead end, either on a direction that you're going. Otherwise, it'll just wrap around. So I usually kind of go left or right first, and then kind of go up and down from there, from screen to screen, because each new screen is going to have a different up and down as well. And the colors may look kind of weird, but this is, I haven't modified the colors. The background sky is supposed to be pink. It's just the way the game was. Limited color palette. Back in the day, they could only do so much with the limited storage. Let's keep going here. Oh man. You've just become a vertical meal for the local welcoming committee. Thank you for playing Space Quest. Too bad it's the same one. Future games, they have more death messages. This one just repeats it. So we're completely dead. Okay, so don't go left. Make sure I still have the glass. Yeah. Let's go right. So yeah, you can die so easily in these games. It's not even funny. It is funny, but then it's not. Okay, let's look around. You're at the southwest edge of a mesa. It is very desolate here. I think we need to, let's go up first, maybe. Look around. You're at the west side of a cliff edge. Okay. Do a normal save. Look at hole. From this distance, it looks like an ordinary hole in the side of the cliff. For a better look, you'll have to get closer. Well, let's do that. Oh, let's just climb on in there, Roger. Yeah. Uh-oh. Burp. Whatever is in that hole just enjoyed lunch on you. This should teach you to be cautious when encountering alien holes. Better luck next time. Okay. I don't see anything up there. I'm going to go back. Let's continue on. Interesting. Around here in a desert cliff area, there is a natural land bridge in the distance. Yeah, bridges are never trustworthy things in a Sierra game. Let's go up. You're in a unique area. There's a natural land bridge here as well as life in the form of plants. Plants. Oops. You're not near that. There's a rock up there. Looks like a lot of spinach. Take plant. You tear off a piece of plant. Alright. Plant. It is a plant you are not familiar with. Okay. Got the plant. Eat plant. You plant your teeth. You plant your teeth into the strange plant and take a large bite, only to find it tastes exquisitely bad. If you had your choice, you would choose any form of death over a meal of this. I'm not dead though, but I'm gonna reload. Because just eating that could kill me later for whatever reason. Let's go up again. Okay. You are near the base of a plateau upon which rest two large rocks. It is a rather bleak environment. There's a little archway going on up there. Let's keep chugging along here. Yeah, we're not going that way. That's probably the way that loops back to the pod. Okay, here I am. Oh crap. Suddenly you see a large black metal sphere falling out of the sky, a Sarian spider droid. Upon touching down on the planet's surface, it sprouts legs and begins its search for you. You recall from an article in Space Piston magazine that this droid is designed to seek out organic life forms and self-destruct when contact is made. Let's just let it kill us. Wow. You've just been blown into bite-sized chunks by a Sarian spider droid. Better luck next time. Just wanted to see what would happen. Alright, let's go back this way. Sarian spider droid. So there's a couple ways to deal with him. We'll go up that path in a minute. That's cool. You can actually see that archway in the back there. Way in the back. That's cool. That's a little detail. I want to show you something else over here from not that far. I think it's down. Oh crap. Look at that. You just become a vertical meal. Let's try that again. Let's go up. See, if you get up on that bridge right there, you can push that rock on the spider. That's one way to deal with him. Down, yeah. I want to go over here if it'll let me. There's a cave. See what's in here. Yeah, we'll just keep going. Ooh. He gonna come out here, is he? Look around. See if I can get that. Here in the slimiest of caves, the odor here is less than desirable. Oh crap. Yeah, we already know. I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna see me die a lot in these games, just how they go. Okay, so let's Go back this way. That guy in there is called an ORAT. O-R-A-T. We'll find out more about him in a bit. But I wanted to show you that he was there. We need to head up. And from memory, I don't think the spider can come up this path. Just keep going here. He's probably going to fall down again pretty soon. There he is. Alright, we're definitely saving here. Save, and then we're going to call this one Bridge. So, Bridges in Sierra games, he can't do anything. Bridges in Sierra games, they can crumble immediately or only allow you a few passes. I think in King's Quest 1 there's a bridge just like very similar to this where you can only pass it so many times before it crumbles. So yeah, let's go. Yep, see, it just formed a new crack from that pass. You're in a unique area. There's a natural land bridge here, as well as life in the form of plants. Look at bridge. It is quite a unique work of nature. It might hold you. Look, rock. There's a very large rock on the natural bridge. Okay, we're not gonna do the rock method. We're gonna use another method in a bit. Keep going. Let's try another death. Let's just walk off the cliff. Like the sounds. You've traveled a long way only to die by carelessly stepping to your death. What a clod. Okay. Check my inventory again. 8 items. Yeah, I see you down there. Look around. You're high atop a rocky plateau. The desert below seems to stretch infinitely. So yeah, Corona apparently has pink skies and yellow ground. Okay, let's go right. So this should lead to that weird archway. A funny thing to mention, I just thought about, those of you who know what perler beads are, and the craze that those had, I got in on it and started making some. And the very first one I made was of Roger Wilco in one of his walking animations. The second one I made was the ship from Gradius, the Vic Viper, Konami game shmup. And then the third thing I made was Shovel Knight from Shovel Knight. So I've made 3 of them. I've made a few more. I made a Pokeball coaster set. And I made my older sister a skeleton, one of the skeletons from Castlevania. Not the red skeletons, but the normal white ones. So you walk in here and you get teleported. Well, not exactly teleported. Okay. Call this cavern. Look around. This is one end of what appears to be a large cavern. The only way to go is to the left. There is a rock nearby. Yes, there is a rock. Look, rock. It looks just like a Coronian rock should. Okay. Take rock. done. Alright, let's look at the rock. Sorry about the slamming on the keyboard. Hope it doesn't bother everybody too much. This is definitely a rock. Yes, it is a very fine rock indeed. Let's continue on. Okay. Look around is like one of the best commands you can use. This is another large chamber. It gives you keywords that you can use to do other actions. Sometimes the game is very specific with what it wants you to say to it. This is another large chamber in the underground complex. There's a path on the back wall which is not accessible from the bottom. Look floor. The floor is mostly rock with the exception of a grate in the middle. To the left of the grate is what appears to be a steam geyser. Alright, let's do normal save. Let's just walk. Oh man. Oh man. His head like got real big as it squeezed through. You've been snatched from existence by a tentacled beast lurking beneath the grate. You feel the painful sting of digestive fluids. Gross. Better luck next time. Okay, so what you want to do is get all the way against the wall as flat as you can and then press left and he'll slink by. Let me look around now. It's another large chamber. Look. Tentacles. I'm not spelling that right. There's some slimy green tentacles poking through the grate. Yes, there is. So I'm just doing left, right, left, or left down, left down, left down, so that he kind of does diagonal. Look, geyser. There's a geyser cone here. It is rhythmically spewing hot steam. So I think you want to put rock in geyser. Yep. And it opens up a passage. This is a slightly smaller chamber in the underground complex. There's a path above which is not accessible from here. There is a pole on the right side. Look, pole. You could see it better if you were closer. Okay, Roger. You gaze intently at the purplish pool of liquid, the first real sign of moisture on the planet. The pool seems to have no bottom. The gentle dripping has a soothing effect on your frazzled nerves. Okay. Just head on up here. Just kind of keep pressing up, left, till you come out. Get up here and then slink over to the left. You're in a large room in the cavern. There is a pathway above. At the south end of the room are two odd-looking units emanating beams of light. Okay. I'm going to rename this if it'll let me. I'm just going to call it Death Save because it's what it is. It's a death save. Alright, let's just walk. See what happens. You're now lying on the floor in many pieces. Guess those beams meant business, Roger. Better luck next time. So you want to use glass. You need to use that piece of glass here. I walked through it. I didn't mean to, but I did. So, use glass. Gotta get closer. There we go. You have quite cleverly turned the beam upon itself, frying it into inoperability. Do we still have it? Yeah, we still have it. Alright, let's continue. Continue walking around this pink-floored cavern. 50 points already out of 202. We're not doing too bad. Just don't expect that we're going to get all of them. Got a knife. Don't have the rock. Okay, whatever's going on here looks dangerous. This is the upper pathway in a slightly smaller chamber in the underground complex. There's a level area below which is not accessible from here. There is a pole on the lower right side. Yes, okay. Alright guys, we're going to stop this video here. Let's do some save action. So we're going to do a new death save. And we'll call this... let's call it Pink Floor Scare. Because that looks kind of suspicious, those lines on the ground. So we'll stop the video here, guys. I appreciate you watching. I hope you're enjoying this so far. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.